Hey guys, this is Shahzam from Frost Gaming, and I'm going to teach you how to become a better AWPer. More specifically, I'm going to talk about crosshair placement with the AWP. Most players assume that being a great AWPer means having an insane shot or crazy good aim. While this applies, a large part of AWPing is crosshair placement. Like 70% of the kills you get are going to be from the enemy running in your crosshair, not you relying on a flick shot or just your aim. It sounds corny, but AWPing is all about predicting your enemy's movement, what to expect, and where. You need to have a full understanding of how players move around the map and how they peek in different situations. For this video, I'm going to show you all different examples on Dust2 and how I personally prepare for these. I'll start out with mid, which is I've always been the main AWPer for my teams. I've played in both Source and CSGO, and usually on Dust2, I'm playing mid and rotating around B. So a large thing about CSGO is that I really don't peek this at all as a CT. Usually this is smoked, and if they have another AWPer, it's just they have such a better advantage on this angle with the movement because it's hard to accurately land exactly where you want to. So what I do like to do is I like this little bit right here. From here I can see anyone entering mid, anyone peeking mid, other than the speedway, which is a really risky spot, so most people don't run down here unless they're fast catting, which I'll cover in a second. Thing about this is you need to understand how your team's playing and what guns they're using. In most competitive games, I'm talking like league games, you are pretty familiar with how the other team plays. Like usually big teams, you understand oh, they have 5 riflers, or sometimes this team uses 2 AWPers. So if you know a team's got an AWPer, and they're probably gonna peek mid from here, what you want to do is you don't want to leave your crosshair out here and expect them to run out, because if they figure out, they're probably gonna peek you with the AWP. And so you don't want to have to flick all the way back to the corner when they pick you. You just want to leave your crosshair right here, so that when you do see them, you can just click on the AWPer that's trying to pick you. And if it's a rifler or something, you can just take your time to move it across. This is where you rely on your aim. But otherwise, you're prepared for every possible situation. Well, if it's a team like NIP or something that's got 5 riflers, you don't have to worry about someone quick peeking you, because I promise you 90% of the time a rifler running out here is either going to jump out or run out. So just already leave your crosshair here. You take your time and just take your shot wherever they peek. For fast catting, actually, if they're AWPing mid, usually it's not a good idea to just peek this, because then they'll kill you here. Even if you get the trade, it just doesn't help your team when you're dead. What you can do is, if you know a team's fast catting a lot, is you can just peek this angle right here, and almost every person that fast cats will run down and peek this while they're throwing a flash over mid. So peek this, and you'll not expose yourself to mid, and you'll be able to probably catch someone with a flash out and kill them fast catter. Any early pick helps your team, just gives you a man advantage. AWPing in B, you'll probably find yourself AWPing in B sometimes. Window is a very popular spot, and so the thing is that most people will be peeking window as they come into B. Also, you need to understand is that when they're coming into B, they're slightly running towards you as well. So when they run forward, they're coming towards you a bit. So you don't have to put your crosshair out here as a wide angle, because usually they're not running to the opposite side of the tunnel, they're running out. So you want to keep it as close as possible. This way you cover the situation of them short peeking you. You just shoot them. Well, you want to be out a bit so you don't shoot this wall. And if they're running out, usually you'll still be able to get them because they're running towards you. Sometimes you'll find yourself playing back here with an AWP and B on plat. It doesn't matter where you are. But the thing you want to understand is how people would normally peek B. What a lot of people do is they expect someone here. It's a good spot to play. You got cover, peek everything. So they expect someone here, so they'll do a quick peek, something called a shoulder peek, where they'll quickly peek the corner. Let's say I've got a rifle, and what I want to do is I want to quickly peek this corner to see if rifle's playing there or not. Someone's just playing there. Thing about this is that if you expect this to happen, which will probably happen, you should still be able to catch them. So if you just leave your crosshair on this corner, when they do the quick peek, you have to trust your reaction time, because most of the time, if you've got like any decent normal reaction time, you'll still be able to catch them with the quick peek. That's online interp, I guess, helps with that. Well, what you want to know is that, like, let's say you know there's multiple of them, so the first one repeaks, and let's say they're doing a mid B split, so you know there's probably gonna be a second one at least in the tunnels, and like you crouch down because while you're gun cycling, when you come back up, you don't want to do this again, because the other opponent that's probably in tunnels is not going to peek the same way his teammate just did and died. He's probably going to run out. So you come out, you want to prepare for him to run out, which will probably already happen. He'll probably already be out or something. So you want to move your crosshair over and wait for him to run out, and then get him. But understand that like two people aren't going to peek the same way. It's just bad Counter-Strike. So the teammate just died. Over here at long, you can do the same thing. You want to prepare for every possible situation. This is strictly peeking. I'm not talking about flashes, smokes, or anything. Let's say I'm holding this. Well, what I want to do is I don't want to be out here and expose my whole body, because let's say an opera picks, and usually operas peek close and they crouch. So what I want to do is I want to crouch, but I don't want to keep too tight of an angle because riflers like to run out. So I'll be right here, like this. Let's say I keep my crosshair a bit low for an opera to crouch peek me, and I still give myself room for a rifler to run out, and that's where I would trust my reaction time. Same thing applies here on A ramp, which you might find yourself opting a lot. Actually, if you're playing here, you want to give yourself some room. This is all dependent on how comfortable you are. If it's a rifler, they're gonna run out wider. If it's an opper, they're gonna peek short.